Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. New Hampshire health officials confirm first positive case of coronavirus in state. Patient who is employee of Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Health is self-quarantine at home. A health system employee who recently returned from Italy is the first person in New Hampshire to test positive for a potential deadly strain of coronavirus, officials announced today. The unidentified patient is an adult from Grafton County, officials said. Dartmouth Hitchcock and Dartmouth Hitchcock Health president confirmed the patient is an employee of Dartmouth Hitchcock. New Hampshire health officials said the person tested positive at the state's lab for the COVID-19 strain of coronavirus. Samples are being sent to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for confirmation. It is considered a prospective case of COVID-19 until the confirmation is made. This individual and this test still needs to be confirmed at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, but we are not going to wait for that confirmation, said the state epidemiologist Dr. Ben Chan. We are going to begin the investigation. In fact, we already have begun the investigation when we initiated testing over the weekend. So, we will be working very closely with the healthcare agency involved in this case. Officials said the patient is not sick enough to be hospitalized and is currently isolated at home. Chan said the patient experienced mild symptoms of the virus after returning from a trip to Italy, where more than 1,000 cases of COVID-19 have been identified. We'll be working tirelessly to investigate this most recent identification and to identify any suspectable contacts who may need to themselves be placed under self-quarantine, Chan said. The person is the fourth patient to be tested for coronavirus in New Hampshire and the first positive result. The previous 3 tests came back negative. Our public health laboratory has brought on the capacity to do COVID-19 testing as of this morning, Chan said. According to the CDC, there have been dozens of confirmed cases of the virus in the United States, and 6 people have died. Worldwide, there have been more than 87,000 confirmed cases and more than 2,900 deaths, mostly in China, where the outbreak began. COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Take a look. One number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 87,137 number of people worldwide who have tested positive. 0 number of deaths of COVID-19 in New Hampshire. sixth number of deaths of COVID-19 in the United States. 2,977 number of deaths of COVID-19 worldwide. Chan said he couldn't say whether COVID-19 might become widespread in the state, but he said his office has a lot of experience dealing with outbreaks, including MERS, SARS, and the H1N1 influenza outbreak from a decade ago. Health officials urge people to continue to take common sense precautions against becoming sick or spreading illnesses. We ask people that if they are sick, that they stay home. They do not go to school or work, especially if they have a fever or respiratory illness, Chan said. People should be practicing frequent hand hygiene. People that are coughing or sneezing should be appropriately covering those coughs and sneeze, and then washing their hands for afterwards. If anybody is sick, we encourage them to call ahead to their health care providers and talk about their symptoms and any potential travel that we will continue to work closely with our health care providers and our healthcare symptoms to address concerns and issues that arise around this new virus. Concerns over the coronavirus are prompting several New Hampshire schools to ask some students to stay home after they returned from their trips to Italy during school vacation week. And that does it for my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another news report. Good night and bye, everyone.